Audio Jungle.
Hello everyone! Have you brushed your teeth and combed your hair? Are you in your pajamas ready for bed? Are the curtains drawn and blankets tucked tight? Are you ready to sleep and say goodnight? But before you go into your dream ride, here's a story for you tonight. Tonight, I've got you a very different story. But before I tell you the story, I want you to think about this. What if one day you wake up and you find out that you're not going to get any fan or AC to use all day or all summer? Do you think you would be able to survive? It's going to be too hot, no fan, no AC. Ooh, we could probably use a book or a paper to fan ourselves. But think about it like this. What if one fine day you find out that there is no light? You can't use light. What would you do? You'll have to do all your work before the sun sets and it becomes pitch dark in the night. Then you would have to practice early to bed, early to rise. Now, you know why I'm telling you all these things? Because tonight's story is about a little boy who faces one such problem. His fridge breaks down. And then let's see what he does, how he kind of solves this problem and makes a fridge for himself. So tonight's story is Fakruddin's Fridge by Meenu Thomas and pictures by Tanvi Bhatt. This story was initially written in Hindi, so it is translated by Priya Krishnan. Fakruddin lived with his family on 3rd Street, station number 3 in the city of Bhopal. Everyone affectionately called him Fakru, and when they wanted to tease him, they called him Frantic Fakru. Why? Because Fakru was a warrior. Not a warrior, a worrier. He always worried. He worried about everything. And when he worried, he got frantic. He would run here and there, asking endless questions. When the power went off, he would get frantic and say, "If there's no light, how will I study? If I can't study, how will I pass? If I fail, what will I do?" Hearing this, his mother would place a lantern in front of him and say, "Fakru, you get frantic, but you never try to solve your problem." If he ran out of paper while taking notes in class, Fakru would get frantic again. "If there's no paper, what would I do? What will I write? And if I don't write, how will I study?" Hearing this, his friend Param would tear a page from his notebook and give it to Fakru, saying, "Oh, Fakru is frantic again." Fakru is funny. Everyone was tired of frantic Fakru. One day, the fridge in Fakru's house stopped working. The poor thing had been through 7 repairs, but this time it finally broke down. Fakru's parents didn't have the money to buy a fridge right away. They decided to wait. Fakru was frantic. He ran to his father. "How can we live without a fridge, Abbu?" he whined. "Why not, beta?" said Abbu. "So many people live without a fridge. We can too." Fakru ran to his mother. "What will we do without a fridge, Ammi?" he wailed. "We will make just enough food to eat for just one time. And if there are leftovers, we will ask our neighbor Yamuna Dadi to keep it in her fridge," said Ammi. But Fakru was still frantic. "But water, cold water, Ammi! How can I live without cold water in this this hot weather. I can't go every now and then to the neighbors to drink cold water. Fakru's mother was fed up. Fakru, if you want cold water so badly, you can find a way yourself. Fine, Fakru said as he walked out of the house. I'll do something myself. Now Fakru is really worried. No fridge, no cold water. What is he going to do? And it's summers. Across the road, he saw a lemon soda seller selling cold lemon soda. And he didn't have a fridge. He went up to the cart and saw the man take some ice cubes out of a white box and put it in the glass of lemon soda. Fakru was thrilled. Aha! I have got the answer. Ice! I will use ice to keep water cold. Bhaiya, if you keep the ice in that box, it doesn't melt, does it? Asked Fakru. No, it doesn't. This is a thermocol box. It keeps hot things hot and cold things cold, the man replied. Great! Now I will make this my new fridge, said Fakru, turning to go. The lemon soda seller called out to Fakru, Beta, I didn't say the ice will never melt. You will have to fill the box with fresh ice every day. What? Fresh ice every day? How much will that cost? Asked Fakru frantically. About 10 rupees a day, the man said. But I have only 20 rupees. That's too little, Fakru said sadly. Disappointed, Fakru walked away. Now I can't have any cold water this summer. Muttering to himself, Fakru went to a neighborhood park and sat there on the bench. A few sparrows were rolling around in the mud. Are, what's wrong with these sparrows? Why are they messing around in the mud? Why would anyone dirty themselves? So foolish, Fakru mumbled. Not foolish, sensible, said an old Dadima sitting beside him. Sensible? What are you saying, Dadima? What's sensible about what they are doing? Asked Fakru puzzled. Beta, the mud cools them. When it gets very hot, sparrows often do this, she said. Cooled by mud? That's an idea. But if I put mud in water, how will we drink it? Fakru complained. The old lady laughed and said, Don't put mud in water, but water in mud. Put water in mud? What do you mean, Dadima? Isn't it the same thing? Said Fakru. It's not the same thing. Think about it. Look around and you will find your answer, she said and left. Fakru got frantic. Arey, what is this riddle that she has left for me to solve? Not mud in water, but water in mud? What does she mean? Now Fakru is getting frantic again. Do you think he's going to be able to solve this riddle? Well, I have an idea that he just might, but let's see how he does it. Mumbling to himself, he walked back home. He suddenly caught sight of a sign near bus station number 3. He passed it every day but stopped to look and read it for the first time. Drinking water, the sign said, and there was water kept in a large mud pot next to it. Fakru drank a glass of water from it. Ah, nice and cold, he said to himself. Just then, something struck Fakru. Water in mud. Water in mud meant water in mud pot. Cold water in mud pot. He had solved Dadima's riddle. Fakru didn't waste a minute. He bought himself a big round mud pot for just 8 rupees. Fakru ran home. "Ammi, I found a fridge!" he yelled excitedly. "Fakruddin's fridge!" His mother smiled. Frantic Fakru had helped himself for the first time. Wasn't that a wonderful idea? Have you ever had water from a mud pot? Try it. I'm telling you, it is as cold as the fridge and tasty too. On that note, good night, sleep tight, don't get into any pillow fights, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. What do you